Environment is the surrounding of an organism. This environment in which an organism lives is made up of various components like air, water, land, etc. These components are found in fixed proportions to create a harmonious balance in the environment for the organism to live in. Any kind of undesirable and unwanted change in the proportions of these components can be termed as pollution. This issue is increasing with every passing year. It is an issue that troubles economically, physically and socially. The environmental problem that is worsening with each day needs to be addressed so that its harmful effects on humans as well as the planet can be redressed. Environment destruction caused by humans is a global, ongoing problem. Water pollution also causes problems to marine life. Most scholars think that the projected peak global world population of between 9 to 10 billion people could live sustainably within the Earth's ecosystems if human society worked to live sustainably within planetary boundaries. The bulk of environmental impacts are caused by the most wealthy populations in the globe consuming too much industrial goods. The UN Environmental Programme, in its Making Peace with Nature report in 2021, found addressing key planetary crises, like pollution, climate change and biodiversity loss, was achievable if parties work to address the Sustainable Development Goals. Interestingly, in light of technology advances, the information sector is one of the areas expected to shrink in jobs. BLS projections anticipate that about 65,000 jobs will be lost there over the coming decade. Even though technology is revolutionizing many businesses, it is doing this by transforming operations, not increasing the number of jobs. Technology can boost productivity and improve efficiency, but does so by reducing the number of employees needed to generate the same or even higher levels of production. Manufacturing is another area thought to lose jobs. The BLS expects the United States to lose 550,000 jobs, while the federal government will shed 407,000 positions, and agriculture, forestry, fishing, and hunting will drop 223,000 jobs. Firms have discovered that robotics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence can replace humans and improve accuracy, productivity, and efficiency of operations. During the Great Recession of 2008-09, many businesses were forced to downsize their workforce for budgetary reasons. They had to find ways to maintain operations through leaner workforces. One business leader I know had 500 workers for his $100 million business and now has the same size workforce even though the company has grown to $250 million in revenues. He did this by automating certain functions and using robots and advanced manufacturing techniques to operate the firm. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS) compiles future employment projections. In its most recent analysis, the agency predicts that 15.6 million new positions will be created between 2012 and 2022. This amounts to growth of about 0.5% per year in the labor force. There are computerized algorithms that have taken the place of human transactions. We see this in the stock exchanges, where high-frequency trading by machines has replaced human decision-making. People submit buy and sell orders, and computers match them in the blink of an eye without human intervention. Machines can spot trading inefficiencies or market differentials at a very small scale and execute trades that make money for people. In the restaurant industry, firms are using technology to remove humans from parts of food delivery. Some places, for example, are using tablets that allow customers to order directly from the kitchen with no requirement of talking to a waiter or waitress. Others enable people to pay directly, obviating the need for cashiers. Still others tell chefs how much an ingredient to add to a dish, which cuts down on food expenses. Other experimentalists are using a robot known as Now to help people deal with stress. In a pilot project called Stress Game, Tihai Ha Dang and Adriana Tapas subject people to a board game where they have to collect as many hand objects as they can. The early 21st century saw the first wave of companionable social robots. They were small cute pets like Aibo, Pleo, and Paro. As robotics become more sophisticated, thanks largely to the smartphone, a new wave of social robots has started, with humanoids Pepper and Jimmy and the mirror-like Jibo, as well as Geppetto Avatar's software robot, Sophie. A key factor in a robot's ability to be social is their ability to correctly understand and respond to people's speech and the underlying context or emotion. Amazon has organized a picking challenge, designed to see if robots can autonomously grab items from a shelf and place them in a tub. The firm has around 50,000 people working in its warehouses and it wants to see if robots can perform the tasks of selecting items and moving them around the warehouse. During the competition, a Berlin robot successfully completed 10 of the 12 tasks. To move goods around the facility, the company already uses 15,000 robots and it expects to purchase additional ones in the future. Absolutely. There's a lot of interest in what forms those clouds. Why are those clouds there? Why do they stick around? At the center of every cloud drop is a particle. You can't grow a cloud drop without having a particle there for the water to condense on. The key questions that people have not directly addressed until very recently is what actually forms those clouds. And so the ones that you're looking at over the ocean, it turns out sea salt is a very effective nucleator for forming clouds, so there's a really good chance that those are loaded with sea salt. But as you go inland you start to have pollution come from all different kinds of sources, and so different sources form clouds more effectively than others. And we're trying to unravel which sources are actually contributing to the clouds. The clouds are incredibly important players in climate change in that they reflect the light back to space, and so they're keeping things much, much cooler than they would be if they weren't there. In case one or more external examiners recommend a modification in the thesis, it will be communicated to the candidate by the university and the candidate will be required to modify the thesis as suggested by examiners and resubmit the thesis normally not before a period of 6 months. The maximum time of resubmission of revised thesis will be 9 months. Failing to submit the revised thesis in given time, the registration of the candidate will be treated as cancelled. The process of evaluation outlined above will then be followed. If one or more examiners are not satisfied with the modifications revisions made, the president may seek the opinion of a third examiner in the matter for consideration.